The information found in this video has been gathered from outside sources such as the Helix Chamber and Bulbapedia and will be available in the description box below. The following video is presented in this context for entertainment purposes only, and all credit for discovering these cup Pokemon belongs to the good people over at Helix Chamber, Bulbapedia, and a countless number of others who have put in years of time and dedication to studying the secrets of MissingNo. And without further ado, we hope you enjoy the video! Are they alive?
Welcome to Glitch City! Don't be nervous. Not a lot of people managed to get down here on their own, so it was kind of a surprise to see you.
What's that you got there? Is that some kind of dex? Wow, that's a serious upgrade. Tamashi, I don't remember seeing anything like this in the Kanto region. Have we really been here that long?
Before we found ourselves stuck in this realm, there were exactly 151 known Pokemon present in the Kanto region. Where did you say you're from again?
You're from where? Yikes, we didn't even introduce ourselves. I'm Bob, a trainer obsessed with the unsolved mysteries of Pokemon.
And I'm Tamashi, a super nerd and Pokemon fanatic. We had just beat the Elite Four and were pretty exhausted from the long battle.
So afterwards, we decided to celebrate with a trip to the Safari Zone when...
we got stuck, and somehow ended up here.
And we've been here. For a while. It has its perks.
During our time in Glitch City, we came across our own unique discovery. The whole world is inhabited by MissingNo, the infamous glitch Pokemon.
Through our encounters with these glitch Pokemon, we noticed little blips, flashes in their code, leading us to do extensive research into uncovering these anomalies.
Through studying these blips, we've been able to uncover what species of Pokemon they were before their data became corrupted and lost inside Glitch City. I think the longer these rare Pokemon stayed in Glitch City, the more their code began to scramble, turning them all into one creature. Some of them even still have their own unique cries. So far, we've come across at least 9.
Imagine you had a Ditto that transformed and lacked the ability to revert back into its original form. Well, that's kinda like MissingNo. It's in a stuck state, but they're not all as alike as we all think.
As for how and why all of them ended up here, not present in the Kanto region, still remains a mystery to us. But so far, we've managed to unmask over 30 new types of Pokemon. Who knows, with all the months spent here, maybe these Pokemon finally popped up in the real world. Perhaps you've seen them. Would you be interested in taking a look at our findings?
Great, let's get started.
The first Pokemon we've uncovered is something known as Omega, a large, mysterious kaiju-like Pokemon. Unfortunately, not too much is known about this species right now.
At first glance, one would probably infer that it had some relation to Rhyhorn and Rhydon, and was probably also a rock and ground type Pokemon. Upon closer inspection, it seems to have some semblance to a dragon type Pokemon as well. The peculiar thing is that it has a cry similar to Ivysaur. It also has its own pre-evolution, a baby Gaoon.
This one's an interesting one. It seems to bear relation to both Nidorino, inheriting its body and ears, but it has 2 horns on its back like a Nidorina. Overall, it looks like a much larger form of a Nidoran male. It could have been a missing link before Nidorino and Nidorina branched off.
A balloon-type Pokemon that's not a Jigglypuff. Can you believe it? We don't know too much about this Pokemon other than that it's a sentient balloon wearing a cute little smile. It could have probably had a similar moveset to a Jigglypuff, except this Pokemon most likely had the ability to fly. What? You're saying a Pokemon like this already exists? Interesting.
This Yeti Pokemon is pretty abominable. It's a humanoid Pokemon that I could totally see in a happy little family alongside Mr. Mime and Jinx. I'm guessing it would have been an Ice-type Pokemon, but we're not entirely sure if it would have been Psychic, too. It does look kind of familiar, though. Hey Bob, remember that show we used to watch as kids? Boo reminds me so much of the Yeti Kaiju on that show. What was it called? Ultra something?
This Pokemon is simply known as Deer. It has 2 great antlers on each side of its head, with a hard casing or shell covering its neck and legs, absent from its free-flowing tail. It reminds me of the armor you'd see on a Kangaskhan. It reminds you of a Stantler? Could I see? Fascinating.
A tough bipedal little elephant Pokemon with 2 sets of tusks on each side that we've dubbed TRAMPEL. Nothing too out of the ordinary on this one. It could have been a normal type Pokemon. You've seen one like this as well? A Phanpy. Interesting.
I don't even know what to make of this. It's just a wide-eyed crocodile Pokemon with such striking features, you'd think it was part ghost or psychic type. Huh? A Totodile, you say? Well, that certainly looks much more proportionate.
For now, we're going to refer to these 2 squid Pokemon as Blottle and Pendragon. Blottle specifically has a shell quite similar to Ammonite, which might hint at the age of the species itself. Not too much is known about either of these Pokemon, but when they use the move Squidding, which you'd think would do as the name implies, it instead produces the same effect as the move Flash. Maybe it was like a souped up version of Smokescreen. We can't be too sure.
This small cactus-like Pokemon takes a fighting stance, but it appears to be a weird mix of other Pokemon. It has the slender tail and facial features of a Mankey, the legs of a Doduo, and the spherical design of an Execute. Not to mention its prickly exterior further supports the theory that it may have been a fighting or normal type. Huh, a fighting cactus with bird legs.
Jag, the shark Pokemon. This intimidating undersea creature sports sharp, jagged teeth, piercing eyes, and a harpoon-like nose that it would have used to land devastating blows on opponents. Very cool. Looks like a Sharpedo, you say. Man, I wonder what else is out there.
Yeah, we initially thought this was a Zubat that lost most of its features after entering Glitch City, but after studying it further, we realized it's a species within the evolutionary line. This little mistake is actually a pre-evolved Zubat.
So baby Zubat lacks any eyes and ears, a Zubat lacks vision, ending with a Golbat that has a full set of facial features. Wow, that's, really creepy.
Flying fishies, like a Seaking, Goldeen, and Magikarp. The pre-evolution of this Pokemon would have been in the water-type family, but also flying, as they seem to have the unique ability to fly, or at least glide out of the water, with their large, wing-like fins. The second stage of this evolution, however, with its strong bipedal stance, appears to imply that it's more of a fighting than flying type.
Mikan, isn't it cute? It feels like this could be a pre-evolution to Vulpix, also known as Kokon in Japanese, as it sports 3 tails rather than 6. However, it's also possible that Mikan could have been the less common male equivalent to Vulpix, as around 75% of most existing Vulpix are female. What do you think?
All we were really able to gather on this Pokemon was that its evolutions have these shiny bald heads with little top-knot hairstyles and cheek pads. I mean, we could be totally off, but we gather that if anything, it could be a set of small and large frog-like Pokemon.
What's wrong? You say its first form looks a bit familiar? What's a Politoed?
A full evolutionary line of lizards lost to the glitch. Pretty unfortunate. These 3 little reptilian Pokemon somewhat resemble a Bulbasaur in the face, yet during its evolution forms into some sort of water dragon, into a fully realized iguana-type Pokemon.
Middle stage evolution of a Psyduck and Golduck. Although bearing more of a similarity to the former, this Pokemon, if I'm being honest, looks as though he's seen better days. I just can't get past its beady, soulless gaze.
Should we really be surprised that Meowth had a pre-evolution? Look at its short curly tail and the little bits of yen floating around over its head. It looks like it's dreaming peacefully for good luck, or for more money. One thing that sticks out though is that it seems fairly larger than a Meowth. I guess we'll never really know why.
At first glance, you might mistake this for a magneton. It fooled us for a good while too. We're still not sure if this was to be a pre-evolution of magneton or a middle evolution that linked both Magnemite and Magneton. The differences are so minute, however, that it's really hard to tell exactly where it fits in the evolutionary line.
I have to say, this finding had us the most excited. This pre-evolution of Marowak seems to be carrying a baby Cubone in its pouch. We think this possible missing link between Cubone and Marowak may support our theory about Cubone originally being part of the Kangaskhan lineage. A baby Kangaskhan that underwent a mutation surely would have formed into a Cubone, then Marowak, altering the evolutionary line. I'm just sure of it.
Huh. What was that old theory again?
I think if a baby Kangaskhan witnesses its mother die, the trauma is so severe that it wears its mother's skull in mourning. Through their shared bond, this fusion with its bones evolves it into a whole other species of Pokemon.
Wow, that's really dark.
I know!
Gilpin, the pre-evolution to Goldeen and Seaking. There isn't much to say about this little fish, but similar to its counterparts, it has a tiny drill-like horn atop its head with two distinct barbels hanging from its face.
Kotora and its two evolutions. What a sweet little line of tiger Pokemon, all with energetic smiles and a lively demeanor. It's a shame all three were lost in Glitch City, becoming extinct in the real world. I wonder if there are any hints of its existence in the Kanto region.
It's a baby Ponyta, and it's absolutely adorable. It's a shame that these cute little things got lost down here, and how that happened remains a complete mystery to us. But who knew that there was a 3-stage evolutionary line for the fiery horse Pokemon?
These pre-evolutions heavily suggest that at one point, Blastoise and Wartortle were two completely different water turtles. We don't really know for certain though, I mean, this is all just speculation of course. This cute little mini Blastoise seems to shoot bubbles through its mini cannons, and even its nose. Meanwhile, this second Pokemon appears to be the evolved form of a Wartortle, equipped with a long swirly tail and fins for ears. I've always thought those cannons really come out of nowhere for the final design, and this explains why. Bulbasaur and Charmander's lines have a very linear progression of small thing to even bigger version of thing, but Blastoise's progression seems to make less sense.
Yes, can you believe it? Pikachu once had 3 stages of evolution. Pikachu, Raichu, and finally Gorochu. The rumors on Cinnabar Island were true! I wonder whatever happened to that old man. He must be hiding this horned creature out of fear of what chaos a discovery like this would cause. It's a beautiful creature, with a fiercely jagged tail and small but sharp fangs and claws. Huh? There exists a stage before Pikachu?
Well, thanks for taking a look at our decks. It's still a work in progress. We've updated our findings with the information you provided us with, noting some of the existing Pokemon in the real world that bear similarities to our glitched Pokemon. However, we know we haven't quite unmasked them all. There are certainly a few more missing Pokemon floating around this realm. We just have to keep searching.
Here, our updated decks. You might want to hold on to this during your stay. Good luck.
Tama, I'm not feeling so good.
Same.
Hey guys, if you like this video, please don't forget to subscribe. My name is Bob and I regularly make video game related videos on this channel. This month I actually tried something different. I don't usually make videos like this, but I thought, you know what, it's October and I kind of just want to experiment with things this month and see how it goes. I had a lot of fun putting this together. It took kind of a while to, make the sprites, but I had a lot of fun regardless. I also want to thank the lovely Tamashi for taking part in this video. That meant a whole lot to me and you did a really great job. If you want to check out her YouTube channel, you can visit her channel in the description box below. She does a lot of Pokemon related videos. This is the first of many Halloween experimentations for this month, so I don't know, if you're new here, welcome to the channel, and if you've always been here, then I love you guys, and stay tuned for more stuff. Until then, I'll see you guys later. Bye bye!